Social media platforms are carefully designed to capture and hold users' attention for as long as possible. One of the most powerful ways they achieve this is through dopamine-driven reward systems. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter in the brain that plays an important role in motivation, learning, and pleasure. Contrary to popular belief, dopamine is not simply a happiness chemical. Instead, it is closely connected to anticipation and reward-seeking behavior. Every time people receive a like, comment, share, follow, or notification on social media, their brains experience a small dopamine response. This response creates a feeling of satisfaction and encourages them to repeat the behavior that produced the reward. As a result, users become more likely to check their phones frequently, post more content, and spend longer periods scrolling through social media feeds. Social media platforms use a psychological principle known as instant gratification. Instant gratification refers to receiving rewards immediately after performing an action. In the digital world, these rewards arrive within seconds. A person uploads a photo, posts a comment, or shares a video and quickly begins receiving reactions from others. This rapid feedback creates a powerful connection between the action and the reward. The brain learns that social media activity can produce positive feelings almost instantly, encouraging users to return again and again. The effectiveness of this system increases because rewards are often unpredictable. Sometimes a post receives many likes and comments, while other times it receives very little attention. Since users never know exactly what result they will get, they continue checking their phones repeatedly. Psychologists call this a variable reward system. Unpredictable rewards are particularly powerful because they create anticipation. The possibility of receiving a larger reward in the future motivates people to keep engaging with the platform. This anticipation can become stronger than the reward itself, causing users to spend more time waiting for responses and checking updates. Notifications play a crucial role in maintaining this cycle. Social media applications send alerts, sounds, vibrations, and visual badges to attract attention. Even before opening an app, users may feel curious about what the notification contains. It could be a new follower, a message from a friend, or a positive reaction to a recent post. This curiosity activates the brain's reward system and encourages immediate action. Over time, people may develop the habit of checking notifications instantly, regardless of what they are doing. This behavior can interrupt work, study sessions, conversations, and even sleep. Another reason dopamine rewards are so effective is that humans naturally seek social approval. Throughout history, acceptance by a group has been important for survival and emotional well-being. Social media transforms social approval into visible numbers such as likes, followers, views, and shares. These numbers provide immediate feedback about how others perceive a person's content. When engagement is high, users often feel valued and appreciated. The brain interprets this approval as rewarding, triggering dopamine release and reinforcing the desire to seek more attention in the future. Social media companies understand these psychological processes very well. Their platforms are designed to maximize engagement by creating frequent opportunities for rewards. Features such as stories, streaks, reaction buttons, recommendation algorithms, and personalized feeds all encourage repeated interaction. Every scroll offers the possibility of discovering something entertaining, informative, or emotionally satisfying. Because users never know what content they will see next, they continue scrolling in search of another rewarding experience. This design keeps people engaged for longer periods than they originally intended. The dopamine reward cycle can gradually influence daily routines. Many individuals find themselves opening social media applications automatically without consciously deciding to do so. They may check their phones while eating, studying, watching television, or talking with friends. In many cases, the action becomes a habit rather than a deliberate choice. The brain begins associating smartphone use with potential rewards, making it difficult to resist checking for updates. Even when there are no notifications, people may still feel compelled to open apps because they expect something interesting might be waiting for them. Instant rewards can also affect the way people approach other activities. Tasks such as reading books, studying complex subjects, learning new skills, or completing long-term projects require patience and sustained effort. The rewards from these activities often take days, weeks, or even months to appear. Compared to the immediate satisfaction offered by social media, these activities may seem less exciting. As a result, some individuals struggle to maintain focus on important goals because their brains have become accustomed to receiving quick rewards. Young people are especially sensitive to dopamine-driven systems. During adolescence, the brain's reward centers are highly active, while regions responsible for self-control and decision-making are still developing. This combination can make teenagers more responsive to social validation and immediate feedback. A positive comment or large number of likes may create a strong emotional reaction, while a lack of engagement can cause disappointment or self-doubt. Because social experiences are particularly important during adolescence, online approval can sometimes have a significant impact on mood and self-esteem. Excessive dependence on social media rewards may also contribute to emotional challenges. Some users begin measuring their value through digital metrics rather than personal achievements or real-world relationships. When posts receive strong engagement, they feel successful and appreciated. When engagement is low, they may feel ignored or rejected. This emotional dependence can create a cycle in which people constantly seek validation from others instead of developing confidence from within. Over time, this pattern may increase stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. The constant search for rewards can also reduce attention span. Social media exposes users to a rapid stream of content, with new images, videos, and posts appearing every few seconds. This environment trains the brain to expect continuous stimulation. Activities that move more slowly may begin to feel boring or frustrating. Many people report difficulty concentrating on schoolwork, professional tasks, or lengthy reading, because their attention has become conditioned to frequent rewards and constant novelty. Understanding the connection between dopamine and instant rewards helps explain why social media can be so difficult to resist. These platforms are not simply tools for communication. They are carefully designed environments that take advantage of natural psychological processes. By recognizing how notifications, likes, comments, shares, and unpredictable rewards influence behavior, individuals can make more conscious choices about their technology use. Awareness of these mechanisms allows people to regain control of their attention, reduce compulsive checking habits, and build a healthier relationship with social media while still enjoying its benefits. One of the most powerful features of modern social media platforms is endless scrolling. Unlike traditional media, which has a natural stopping point, social media feeds are designed to continue indefinitely. Users can keep scrolling for minutes or even hours without reaching an end. This design may seem simple, but it has a significant impact on human attention and behavior. By removing natural stopping cues, social media platforms encourage users to remain engaged far longer than they originally intended. Combined with sophisticated algorithms and personalized content, endless scrolling has become one of the most effective tools for capturing and controlling attention in the digital age. Infinite scrolling works by continuously loading new content as a user moves down a feed. Instead of clicking to the next page or selecting a new section, fresh posts appear automatically. This seamless experience reduces the effort required to continue consuming content. Since there is no interruption in the flow of information, users are less likely to stop and consider whether they want to continue. The absence of stopping points removes opportunities for reflection and decision-making, making prolonged engagement more likely. Human attention is naturally attracted to novelty. Throughout history, noticing new information helped people survive by identifying opportunities and threats in their environment. Social media platforms take advantage of this tendency by constantly presenting fresh content. Every swipe has the potential to reveal an interesting video, a surprising fact, a funny meme, or an exciting story. Because users never know what they will encounter next, they continue scrolling in anticipation of discovering something valuable or entertaining. This anticipation keeps the brain engaged and encourages ongoing interaction with the platform. Personalized algorithms make endless scrolling even more effective. These algorithms analyze user behavior in great detail. They track which posts people like, comment on, share, watch, or spend time viewing. Using this information, the system creates a unique feed tailored to each individual's interests and preferences. The more a person interacts with the platform, the more accurately the algorithm predicts what content will capture their attention. As a result, users are continuously presented with material that aligns with their interests, making it increasingly difficult to disengage. The goal of these algorithms is often to maximize engagement. To achieve this, they prioritize content that is likely to keep users active for longer periods. Videos that generate strong emotional reactions, controversial discussions, exciting stories, and highly entertaining content are often promoted because they encourage interaction. While this can create a highly engaging experience, it can also make users lose track of time. Many people open social media intending to spend only a few minutes online, but end up scrolling for much longer because the content remains consistently appealing. Endless scrolling affects the brain's attention system in several ways. Frequent exposure to rapidly changing content trains the mind to expect constant stimulation. Social media feeds often contain a mixture of short videos, images, headlines, comments, and advertisements, all competing for attention. The brain becomes accustomed to switching focus quickly from one piece of content to another. Over time, this habit can make it more difficult to maintain concentration on activities that require sustained mental effort, such as studying, reading, writing, or solving complex problems. Another important factor is the speed at which information is consumed. Social media encourages rapid decision-making. Users quickly determine whether content is interesting and then move on to the next item within seconds. This pattern reinforces short attention cycles. Instead of deeply processing information, users often skim large amounts of content in a short period. While this approach allows people to consume more information, it may reduce the depth of understanding and reflection that occurs when engaging with longer and more detailed material. The impact on productivity can be significant. Many individuals find themselves checking social media during work or study sessions. Quick glance at a notification can easily turn into several minutes of scrolling. Because the feed continuously offers new content, users may struggle to stop at an appropriate point. Frequent interruptions break concentration and make it harder to return to important tasks. Research has shown that regaining focus after a distraction can take time, meaning that even brief social media sessions can reduce overall efficiency and performance. Endless scrolling also influences perception of time. When people are deeply engaged in an activity, they often become less aware of how much time is passing. Social media platforms are designed to create this experience. Since there are no clear endings and content is constantly refreshed, users can remain absorbed for extended periods without realizing it. Many people have experienced intending to spend only a few minutes on a platform and then discovering that an hour or more has passed. This loss of time awareness contributes to excessive usage and can interfere with daily responsibilities. Young people may be particularly vulnerable to the effects of endless scrolling because their self-regulation skills are still developing. Adolescents often experience strong curiosity and a desire for stimulation, making personalized content especially appealing. Since social media provides a constant stream of entertainment and social interaction, it can become a preferred source of engagement. Excessive use may reduce time spent on academic work, physical activity, face-to-face communication, and other beneficial experiences that contribute to personal growth and development. Emotional responses also play a role in maintaining engagement. Algorithms often prioritize content that generates strong feelings such as excitement, surprise, anger, curiosity, or amusement. Emotional content tends to capture attention more effectively than neutral information. As users react to emotionally charged posts, the algorithm learns their preferences and delivers more of the same type of content. This feedback loop can make the feed increasingly compelling and difficult to leave. Understanding how endless scrolling and attention control work is essential for developing healthier digital habits. Social media itself is not inherently harmful and can provide valuable opportunities for communication, learning, and entertainment. However, recognizing that infinite scrolling and personalized algorithms are specifically designed to maximize engagement helps users make more informed choices. By becoming aware of these mechanisms, individuals can set limits, take intentional breaks, and use social media in ways that support their goals rather than allowing technology to dictate how their attention is spent. Awareness is the first step toward maintaining control over focus, productivity, and overall well-being in a world filled with endless digital distractions. Social media has transformed the way people communicate, share experiences, and interact with others. While these platforms provide many benefits, they also create an environment where social comparison occurs constantly. Social comparison is a natural psychological process in which individuals evaluate themselves by comparing their abilities, achievements, appearance, lifestyle, or circumstances with those of other people. In everyday life, people compare themselves with friends, classmates, coworkers, and family members. However, social media has dramatically increased the frequency and intensity of these comparisons by providing constant access to carefully selected snapshots of other people's lives. As a result, social media can have a powerful influence on emotions, self-esteem, and overall mental well-being. One of the main reasons social comparison is so common on social media is that people usually share the best parts of their lives. Users often post pictures of vacations, celebrations, achievements, new purchases, exciting experiences, and happy moments. They typically choose flattering photos, edit images, and carefully craft captions before sharing them with others. While there is nothing inherently wrong with presenting positive experiences, the result is that social media feeds often display an unrealistic version of reality. The challenges, failures, disappointments, and ordinary moments that make up a large part of everyday life are frequently hidden from view. When users scroll through a feed filled with success stories, attractive photos, and exciting experiences, they may begin comparing their own lives to what they see online. These comparisons often occur automatically and without conscious awareness. A person may see a friend's vacation photos and begin thinking about their own circumstances. They may view someone's professional achievement and question their own progress. They may encounter images of seemingly perfect lifestyles and wonder why their own life does not appear equally exciting. Because social media provides a continuous stream of idealized content, opportunities for comparison are almost endless. The problem is that these comparisons are often unfair. People compare their complete reality, including struggles and imperfections, to carefully selected highlights from other people's lives. They see their own setbacks, mistakes, and daily routines while viewing only the most impressive moments from others. This imbalance creates a distorted perspective. Even individuals who are successful and satisfied with their lives can begin feeling inadequate when constantly exposed to idealized representations of other people's experiences. Self-esteem can be significantly affected by this process. Self-esteem refers to how individuals perceive and value themselves. Positive self-esteem contributes to confidence, resilience, and emotional well-being. However, repeated exposure to seemingly superior lifestyles, achievements, or appearances can weaken self-confidence. Users may begin believing they are less successful, less attractive, less talented, or less accomplished than others. These perceptions can develop even when the comparisons are based on incomplete or misleading information. Jealousy is another common emotional response associated with social comparison on social media. Jealousy occurs when people feel that others possess something they desire, but do not have themselves. Social media makes achievements and possessions highly visible. Users regularly encounter posts showcasing expensive items, career successes, academic accomplishments, relationships, and exciting experiences. Seeing these posts repeatedly can create feelings of envy, particularly when individuals focus on what they lack rather than appreciating what they already have. Over time, jealousy can reduce overall life satisfaction and contribute to negative emotional states. Anxiety can also result from excessive social comparison. Many users become concerned about how they are perceived by others online. They may worry about the number of likes their posts receive, how their appearance compares to others, or whether their achievements are impressive enough. This concern can create pressure to maintain a certain image or level of success. Some individuals spend considerable time editing photos, planning posts, and monitoring engagement because they fear negative judgment or social rejection. Constant concern about online perception can increase stress and contribute to feelings of anxiety. The influence of social media extends beyond personal achievements and appearances. It can also affect expectations about relationships, careers, and lifestyles. Many online posts present idealized versions of friendships, romantic relationships, and family life. Couples may share only their happiest moments, creating the impression of perfect relationships without conflict or challenges. Influencers may display luxurious lifestyles that appear effortless and constantly enjoyable. These portrayals can create unrealistic expectations about what normal life should look like. When reality fails to match these expectations, users may feel disappointed or dissatisfied. Young people are particularly vulnerable to the emotional effects of social comparison. Adolescence is a period during which identity, confidence, and self-image are still developing. During this stage, acceptance and belonging often become especially important. Social media provides constant opportunities to compare appearance, popularity, achievements, and social status with peers. Negative comparisons during these formative years can have a strong impact on self-esteem and emotional well-being. Because teenagers are still learning how to evaluate themselves independently, online feedback and comparisons may carry significant emotional weight. Algorithms can further intensify these effects. Social media platforms often prioritize content that generates strong engagement. Posts featuring beauty, luxury, success, and excitement tend to attract attention and interaction. As users engage with this type of content, algorithms may deliver even more similar material. This creates a cycle in which individuals are repeatedly exposed to idealized images and lifestyles. The more they consume such content, the more opportunities they have for comparison, reinforcing negative emotions and unrealistic expectations. Feelings of dissatisfaction often emerge when users begin focusing on what they lack rather than what they have achieved. Social media can create the illusion that everyone else is happier, more successful, or more attractive. In reality, every individual faces challenges, setbacks, insecurities, and difficulties that are rarely displayed online. However, because these realities remain largely invisible, users may develop inaccurate beliefs about their own lives in comparison to others. This distorted perception can reduce gratitude and make it difficult to appreciate personal accomplishments and meaningful experiences. Despite these challenges, social comparison does not have to be entirely negative. In some cases, observing the achievements of others can provide inspiration and motivation. Seeing someone reach a goal may encourage individuals to work harder toward their own aspirations. The key difference lies in how comparisons are interpreted. Comparisons become harmful when they lead to self-criticism, jealousy, or feelings of inadequacy. They can be beneficial when they inspire learning, growth, and personal improvement without diminishing self-worth. Understanding the emotional influence of social media is essential for maintaining a healthy relationship with digital platforms. Recognizing that most online content represents carefully selected highlights rather than complete realities can help users view social media more critically. Awareness of how comparison affects emotions allows individuals to focus more on their own progress, values, and goals rather than constantly measuring themselves against others. By remembering that every person's online presence tells only part of their story, users can reduce unrealistic comparisons, protect their self-esteem, and develop a healthier perspective on both social media and real life.